Hello and welcome to Called Bank Sports. I apologize for the angle. It looks like the YouTube decided to do what I asked it not to do, but I'm not going to reset up the stream. So the Jazz absolutely destroyed the Sacramento Kings tonight, beating them by 49 points, which is a franchise record for the Jazz, and putting up 154 points, which is also a Utah Jazz franchise record. I personally would give up both of those things to have a few more points in the last two Minnesota games, but hey, still holding on strong, holding out hope for that one seed. Looking at the box score, obviously pretty much all players except for the deep end of the bench were in the positive. I mean, what else do you expect? Niang had an absolute monster night. I'm sure he started other times as a Jazz player, but this is definitely the most iconic for him. He put up 19 points, shooting 5 of 7 from 3, and just really great to see him come in and be the consistent player that he's been off the bench, but do that as a starter. Now, to be fair, the Kings do an absolutely amazing job. Well, that's not what I meant to say. So the Kings did not have. It's not showing me did not play coach's decision. I mean, the Kings didn't have De'Aaron Fox, so obviously, even though the Jazz were missing Donovan and Conley, two All-Stars, it was definitely a lot easier for Utah to be able to pull off a win shorthanded when the Kings, who are frankly a terrible defensive team this year, are also quite shorthanded. But really, just great game. Bojan came back, had a really bad game from three, only hit 1 of 5, but had some good. Sorry, my brain's kind of scattered right now. 7 for 11 from 2 though, so really continuing to shoot very well from inside the paint mainly, and 9 of 10 from the free throw line. So Bojan is honestly just really playing a different game right now than he played last year, where it was definitely much more based on him shooting from behind the arc. So I'll be interested to see if he's able to get back into his rhythm and shoot the three like he shot it, even, at a 35, 36% clip for the rest of the year, along with his much improved inside game. He is going to be a force come playoff time. And I really think that him clicking is going to help is kind of the key that the Jazz need to happen. That and Derek Favors improving on defense. Going to team stats, just to give an overview on that. Jazz were 64% of the field, which is insane. And that's all because they shot 24 of 41 from 3, which is 58.5%. Absolutely incredible on their part. My main takeaways from this game is that, the Jazz are capable of beating inferior opponents. It does help when the Kings did not do what the Timberwolves did, which is get up into the Jazz shooters. So as the Jazz continue to as the Jazz continue to play and prepare for the playoffs, they really need to find a way to power through when the defense is a lot more physical. That is definitely what has caused them losses. That's what concerns me about playing the Lakers at full strength. That's why the Jazz were destroyed by the Clippers when they played them at full strength in the last matchup of the year. That's what's going to determine the Jazz's success, is how they're able to play against these better defenses. And that's who they're going to be seeing come playoff time. 538 still has the Jazz finishing with the 1 seed. I'm not sure how much I'm not sure how exactly they put Donovan and Conley not being on the court into these predictions, but I do think the Jazz are going to lose come Friday. I'm sure the Suns are exhausted from their road trip, and it's definitely going to hurt the Suns. But if the Jazz, which it looks like, the Jazz won't have Donovan, and it's important to note that Conley was not listed out for injury management. He was listed out for a hamstring injury. So I really don't expect to see Mike Conley showing up in the game Saturday. So even with Jay Crowder being out for the Suns, missing 2 All-Stars is a lot worse than missing a really good piece in Jay Crowder, but not an all-star. So do I think the Jazz are probably going to lose the 1 seed? I'm leaning that way in a slightly pessimistic manner. It does matter. It does greatly depend on when Mike Conley and Donovan Mitchell get back, and we will see that. Sorry for the shorter stream tonight, and again, sorry for the bad angle, and I keep looking into the other camera. If you have any questions, I'm willing to keep going, but I'll be on after the Suns game, and I'll make sure to be on closer to the end and get a bit of a better stream going. So thank you so much to everyone who joined, and please like, subscribe, and leave a comment. Have a great night.